The BBL and the lip plumping injections that more and more women are dumping in order to do heroin chic seem clearly to be more or less.
Research has shown that unnatural-looking enhancements does not elicit the same pleasurable impression.
And don't think, once you're past 50 and your face is looking dramatically and unattractively more hollow and gaunt, that you can just replump your face. Why do so many people suddenly want a hollow-looking lower face? Do plastic surgeons actually warn people about the potential damage that buccal fat removal could do to their looks over time? Are we meant to treat our face and body like fashion accessories? Why are deliberately overdone and exaggerated cosmetic enhancements suddenly going out of style? With buccal fat removal surgery, we've come a long way from having our back teeth extracted in order to slim down and contour the lower face to the point of hollowness, which has a knock-on effect of accentuating the cheekbones. In case you don't know where buccal fat actually is
the fat pad that lives underneath the cheekbone. It is responsible for giving the face the contour from the mid-face down to the lower face. This section underneath the bone to the jawline. Basically, some of that transition between bones is going to occur because of the buccal fat pad.
Buccal fat removal is a relatively quick and straightforward procedure. It's done from the inside of the mouth, so you don't get any scars on your face.
This is what it looks like. From the intraoral type of perspective, you go in, make an incision, remove the fat along the cheek, it heals up. It's a very quick surgery to do.
The hollow face look is actually an example of a cyclical beauty trend. It was all the rage back in the 70s and the 80s.
It was being done very commonly for women who wanted to look like the models that were being displayed back then. They were being portrayed in magazines and covers and things like that, where they had very high cheekbones and a very gaunt or narrow portion of the face, this kind of cheek area. And that look that was considered highly attractive, became kind of the impetus for buccal fat removals.
Then gave way to the rather plumper face of the 90s, and then around 2022 staged a fierce comeback.
What is buccal fat removal?
Buccal fat removal?
Buccal fat removal.
It's a very specific collection of fat in the face.
They're taking the fat near their mouth and they're removing it.
Not everyone is sold on this look, however, far from it.
Should you get buccal fat removal? No.
As a chubby cheek girly, it breaks my heart a little bit.
Having buccal fat is wrong. I don't want to be right. Round-faced girlies, stand up. We are an irreplaceable societal resource.
You may have heard a particular slur directed at people who appear to have had buccal fat removal.
A lot of people also online are roasting this procedure. They think it looks too extreme or even ugly. They call it the handsome Squidward look.
As at early 2023, more and more women are getting into the so-called heroin chic look from the 90s, where a skeletal face and figure was the dominant beauty trend. And this is another example of a cyclical beauty trend. The BBL, Brazilian butt lift, and the lip plumping injections that more and more women are dumping in order to do heroin chic seem clearly to be more or less reversible. Buccal fat removal, whether for heroin chic or for any other reason, isn't. And don't think, once you're past 50 and your face is looking dramatically and unattractively more hollow and gaunt than that of other people your age, because you've compounded your face's natural fat depletion with your missing buccal fat, that you can just replump your face with filler or fat transfer treatments. You can't.
Once you remove the buccal fat pad, it's gone. It's never coming back, and you can't necessarily emulate the effect of a buccal fat pad by putting fillers or fat transfer in spaces that are not normally filled with volume. So for example, when you put fillers or fat transfer, you're not putting it into that deeper space where the buccal fat pad normally lives.
Ending up looking unattractive, weird or overdone are further reasons why, according to some, following beauty trends never ends well.
There's a reason why you should avoid following trends that TikTok, Instagram, or any other social media platform says is beautiful at the time, because these trends often lead to making someone look overdone, or just plain crazy.
We're here for nothing more than to perpetuate our species, the fundamental meaninglessness of life being a discussion for another video. A person's physical beauty makes us want to have sex with them. Being physically beautiful gives us confidence in ourselves, plus, to a degree, power over others. The power to influence others.
This is why we are hardwired to be attracted to beautiful people. It's why advertisers use attractive people to sell things.
If you show men photographs of attractive women looking directly at them, there's a little part of their brain called the nucleus accumbens that lights up.
Beauty is powerful and it works like a drug, some reporting that it's as addictive as morphine. This explains why the desire to beautify oneself is human nature. When we think we look good, we feel better. As much as 70% of our self-esteem is based on our perception of our physical appearance.
I've mentioned that some women are dumping their surgically created curves in favour of the resurgent uber skinny look. But where the quest for beauty is concerned, are those women, along with those who are actually keeping their surgically created ginormous breasts or lips or buttocks, basically barking up the wrong tree?
But what happens when we look at someone who looks like they've been obviously enhanced or unnatural looking? Does it spark the same positive, pleasurable experience?
Yeah. But it's also completely exaggerated, right? Like giant tits, small waist, enormous ass,
giant lips.
Yeah. Oh, that's the saddest one. And you're ruining the thing you kiss with. Mm-hmm. It's like those guys that shoot synthol into their muscles to get
synthol,
fake muscles.
No,
just like those synthol muscles are not real muscles.
Did you ever watch the show?
There's a synthol guy. Look at that.
In short, yes.
Research has shown that unnatural-looking enhancements does not elicit the same pleasurable impression. In fact, exaggerated enhancements can often elicit a negative subconscious response like the kind you just saw.
The reason being,
if we go overboard with impression enhancements, we can ignite the opposite response by tipping off someone's subconscious mind that we are trying to hide something, like bad genes, poor health, or even deceit.
The same even applies to the case of excessive or badly done makeup.
Researchers studied this concept with makeup. They found that women who had professionally applied makeup were positively perceived, whereas women who applied makeup inappropriately or excessively triggered negative impressions.
The message observers receive is that the person who applies too much makeup is not vital, healthy, or the possessor of good genes. It has the exact opposite effect of what the woman is trying to achieve. The same can be seen with excess plastic surgery.
That said, I personally fully understand the desire for attention. Attention being, many agree, the motivation for extreme cosmetic enhancements.
A lot of people think it's because of attention.
I met a girl the other day that had diaper butt. She was at the Comedy Store and I couldn't look away. I was like, what is happening to her butt? Because I knew it wasn't real.
The attention theory seems to make a lot of sense according to this 2022 article written by Plastic and Reconstructive Surgery, which found that people stare at lips that are exaggerated, not because they think they're more beautiful. They actually rated natural-looking lips as more attractive, but because unnatural-looking lips seem to take more time for the brain to process.
So getting more attention doesn't necessarily mean it's because people are perceiving those with unnatural-looking enhancements as more beautiful.
Some people just like being looked at, even if it's due to disdain or confusion rather than admiration. As I say, I totally get that. To reaffirm it though, the age of extra large breasts, lips and bottoms seems to be coming to an end. But I personally feel that heroin chic, which as I say seems to be spreading faster and faster, is another extreme aesthetic. But anyway, just supposing then that women are now opting for smaller breast implants and more subtle lip plumping, say.
More women are getting their lips dissolved. I commonly have women who find my video, the one that I have out about how to tell if your lips are botched or you have migration. They find the video, they come in, have their lips dissolved and sometimes refilled, but they are opting for a more natural look.
The attention that they may be attracting with their looks is likely to come not from confusion or disdain, but from admiration and delight.
Do natural-looking enhancements spark the same pleasurable impression than if the person were naturally or genetically born that way?
According to Dr. Diane's research, natural-looking enhancements do give the same pleasurable impression.
If I can help someone appear attractive in a subtle, authentic way, and unknowing observers are not privy to the method, they are rewarded with a pleasurable experience much the same as if that person were naturally beautiful.
If you've enjoyed this video, I recommend you to watch this one next. I'll meet you there.